Early life and introduction to football. Mai Đức Chung was born on December 7, 1961 in Hanoi, Vietnam. Growing up in a country where football was primarily dominated by men, it was unlikely that a young girl like Chung would become one of the most influential figures in Vietnamese women's football. However, her deep love for sports and her unyielding determination would eventually lead her to change the course of history for women's football in Vietnam. Raised in a family where physical activity and sports were valued, Chung was exposed to sports from an early age. Her father was an avid football fan, and though he was unable to play due to health issues, he passed on his passion for the game to his children. Chung's early life was shaped by an environment that valued perseverance, discipline, and the importance of teamwork. Qualities that would later define her career both as a player and as a coach. As a child, Chung was athletic and loved to engage in various sports activities. In a time when girls were encouraged to pursue more traditional roles, Chung's focus on sports was an act of rebellion against societal norms. Despite the expectations placed on young girls in Vietnam, Chung began playing football informally with neighborhood boys, quickly developing a love for the game. She played in the streets of Hanoi, gaining an early understanding of the dynamics of football, although opportunities for formal training were few and far between for girls in her community. Playing career and rise in Vietnamese football. Mai Đức Chung's formal introduction to competitive football came in the early 1980s when she joined the Hanoi women's football team. At that time, women's football in Vietnam was still in its infancy, and there were very few organized leagues or national teams. However, Chung's determination and natural talent quickly became apparent. In 1985, at the age of 24, Chung made her debut for the Vietnam women's national football team, a moment that would mark the beginning of a long and illustrious career. Although women's football in Vietnam was still struggling to gain recognition, Chung was undeterred. As a forward, her speed, technical ability, and tactical awareness made her one of the standout players in the team. Her ability to read the game, create goal-scoring opportunities, and take on defenders made her a valuable asset for the national team. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, Chung was a key player for the Vietnam women's national team. Her goal-scoring ability, combined with her leadership on the field, helped elevate the national team's status in regional competitions. In the Southeast Asian region, where football was dominated by countries like Thailand, Myanmar, and China, Vietnam's women's football team was beginning to make a name for itself, largely due to Chung's contributions. Chung's passion for football was evident in her playing style. As a forward, she was known for her precise finishing, sharp vision, and relentless work ethic. She possessed an innate understanding of the game, which allowed her to read plays and anticipate opponents' movements with ease. Her exceptional dribbling skills and ability to create space made her a constant threat in front of goal. Transition to coaching and leadership. Mai Đức Chung's playing career spanned over a decade, but her influence in Vietnamese football did not end when she hung up her boots. After retiring from active playing, Chung transitioned into coaching, a role in which she would become one of the most important figures in Vietnamese women's football history. In 2000, Chung took on the role of head coach for the Vietnam women's national football team. Her transition from player to coach was seamless, as she brought with her a deep understanding of the game, both from a tactical and a player's perspective. She had a clear vision of how to improve the quality of women's football in Vietnam, and under her guidance, the national team began to achieve success on the international stage. Chung's approach to coaching was based on discipline, hard work, and fostering a strong sense of unity within the team. She emphasized the importance of building a cohesive unit where each player understood their role and worked together to achieve the team's goals. This approach proved to be highly effective as Vietnam quickly began to make significant strides in regional and continental competitions. One of the first major successes under Chung's leadership came in 2006 when the Vietnam women's national team secured a historic win in the AFF Women's Championship. This victory marked the beginning of a new era for women's football in Vietnam, and Chung's reputation as a coach began to rise both domestically and internationally. Achievements as a coach under Mai Đức Chung's leadership, the Vietnam women's national football team experienced some of its most successful years. Chung's coaching philosophy focused on a strong defensive foundation combined with fluid attacking play. Her tactical astuteness and ability to adapt to different styles of play allowed the team to compete with some of the best teams in Asia. Chung's crowning achievement came in 2016 when she led the Vietnam women's national football team to victory in the AFF Women's Championship, securing their fourth title in the competition's history. The team's victory was not just a testament to Chung's coaching abilities, but also to the hard work and determination of the players who had grown under her tutelage. Her ability to cultivate talent and build a cohesive team was evident, and the championship victory became a defining moment in Vietnamese women's football. Another major milestone in Chung's career came in 2018, when she guided Vietnam to their first ever qualification for the AFC Women's Asian Cup. The team's qualification for this prestigious tournament was a historic achievement, marking Vietnam as one of the rising powers in Asian women's football. Under Chung's leadership, the national team achieved international recognition, further solidifying her status as a key figure in the development of women's football in Vietnam. Chung's leadership was not just about technical prowess. It was about inspiring her players and cultivating a sense of national pride. Her ability to motivate her players and instill a sense of belief in their potential allowed the Vietnam women's national team to overcome challenges and achieve success on the international stage. The legacy of Mai Đức Chung. Mai Đức Chung is widely regarded as the most influential figure in the history of Vietnamese women's football. Through her leadership, both as a player and a coach, she has transformed the landscape of women's football in Vietnam. She was instrumental in the creation and development of the Vietnam women's national football team, and her efforts have paved the way for future generations of female footballers in the country. Chung's impact extends far beyond the field. She is a role model for aspiring female athletes, proving that with dedication, hard work, and a love for the game, anyone can achieve success. Her journey from a young girl playing football on the streets of Hanoi to becoming a pioneering coach is a testament to the power of resilience and determination. She has broken down barriers and defied expectations, inspiring countless women to pursue football and sports at the highest levels. Beyond the victories and accolades, Chung has made a lasting impact by elevating the status of women's football in Vietnam. Her leadership has helped change societal attitudes towards women in sports, and her legacy will continue to inspire young girls across the country to follow in her footsteps. Conclusion: a champion of women's football. Mai Đức Chung's career as a player and coach has not only shaped the development of women's football in Vietnam, but it has also left an indelible mark on the global stage. Her legacy as a player, a coach, and a mentor will inspire generations to come. The growth of women's football in Vietnam is a direct result of her tireless dedication and passion for the game. And her name will always be associated with the success and rise of the Vietnam women's national football team. As she continues to lead and inspire, Mai Đức Chung remains a true icon of Vietnamese women's football, a trailblazer, a champion, and a role model for women in sports worldwide.